Good morning, students. I hope you all have seen part 1 of Unit 1, The World Around Us. In that, we discussed about the direct, indirect use of energy. We have discussed about do's and don'ts of water usage, and we have also discussed that the water is related, how the water is useful to for human beings and for plants, animals, for industries, and for agriculture. And now in this unit we are going to discuss about the energy that comes from and also the production of hydroelectricity, solar water heater, and we will discuss about the things we can save energy. Let us begin with this unit. Unit 2. Activity 6. Do you know where, see in this it is said, do you know where the energy comes from? We use electricity in almost all the activities of life. See, we use energy everywhere. Electricity in almost all the activities of our life, directly or indirectly, we use. And the electricity is a form of energy. See, what is electricity? Is one form of energy only. So producing energy is not easy. To produce this energy, it is not easy. There are many different sources of energy. So we will see the different sources of energy, and which are they? Non-renewable sources, which which includes like petroleum, kerosene, coal, etc. And renewable sources like wind energy, hydroelectric energy, and solar energy. See, these are the renewable sources and non-renewable sources of energy. Non-renewable sources will end one day. See, we all know that the non-renewable sources are they that will end one day, like petrol, kerosene, coal. They will end one day, and they are used to produce energy in thermal power stations. See, all these are used to produce energy in the thermal power station. And petrol, diesel, and gases like CNG, LPG are used for running vehicles and cooking food. See, we all know that things which produce in the thermal power stations, like and we know that petrol, diesel, and gases like CNG and LPG, they are used for running vehicles, and the vehicles we use it, and we also use in the cooking. Now, renewable sources of energy also pollute the environment. See, all these non-renewable sources are there of energy. They what they do? They pollute the environment. See, this petrol, coal, petrol is there, diesel is there. They all these all renewable sources are there. They pollute the environment, our environment, and however they are the primary source of energy today. And see this, they are also the primary source of energy. But it's the time now that we turn towards renewable sources of energy and energy conservation. See what they have said over here. Now it is a time that we should move towards what? Renewable sources. Which were the renewable sources like wind energy, hydroelectricity energy, and solar energy. We should move towards that source of energy, and energy conservation we should do. See, all the energies they have mentioned over here. We know the different types of energy. They are chemical energy, kinetic energy, elastic energy, electric energy, thermal energy, nuclear energy, light and sound energy. All these are different types of energy. And in this paragraph, they have mentioned about the non-renewable and renewable sources of energy, and how we should use them, and how which energy pollutes our environment. And see, burning of fossil fuel that is produced from the greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane, they may cause global warming also. So non-renewable resources of energy like coal, oil, and gases, we cannot make them anymore, and they will eventually run out. And see what are the uses of non-renewable sources of energy. See, the non-renewable sources of energy are they are used to produce energy in thermal energy station, power station, than petrol, diesel, gases like CNG, LPG. All these they are used for running vehicles and cooking food. And we should Non-renewable sources of energy, now they are very important today. Why? Because they are the primary source of energy and we should save it. The energy source mentioned are renewable and non-renewable. Do you know that re in renewable and can be used to form many other words? You can use re as a prefix like un, miss, this, pre, etc. For example, use reuse. Read the words given below and tick the mark the words where prefix re can be used. See, where we can use re words, we have to tick mark on it. For cycle, we can use yes, recycle, built, rebuilt, yes. Sleep, no, we cannot use re over here and sleep. Gain, yes, regain. Fill, refill. Popular, no, we cannot use re over here. Write, yes, rewrite. Examine, re-examine. Sell, resell. Turn, no, we cannot add re over here and turn. Join, rejoin. Gain, regain. Kind, no, we cannot use re in kind. Now in the activity 7, they have showed us the production of hydroelectricity. See here, read this following steps in production of hydroelectricity. See in this picture you can see the production of hydroelectricity. I'll read the steps and you'll come to know. See, the dam is constructed over the river. You can see a dam is being constructed over the river, and a dam creates a reservoir, that is a water body. See, dam is, you can see a dam they have shown in the picture and mentioned also, and it elevates water to create force in the flow. See how it elevates that water that flows. You can see on the top there is a arrow, water flow is written. See, from there it goes over there in the turbine. You can see the flow of water turns the turbine, and this flow, when it is going inside this with a force, that turns the turbine. See, you can see the turbine over there, and it turns it, and the generator attached to the turbine produce electricity. See, up on that turbine you can see the generator, and this generator that has been attached to the turbine, they see they both are being attached up and down. They produce electricity, and wire transmit electricity to your house. And see the wire which you can see, and see electricity pole is there. The wire is being connected with this generator, and then it is produced at our place. In this way, see, in this way the production of hydroelectricity is being done. See how it produces electricity in our house. The next is find out the processes in production of wind energy and in functioning of solar water heater. First we will discuss about wind energy. See, you can see in the picture the process of production of wind energy. See how does a wind turbine works. See, in this also they have shown the different steps also is being written, 1, 2 and 3. You can see with the red arrow mark, and they have shown you how does this work. See, now let me explain you. Force of wind pushes against the turbine blades. See, all the blades you can see, when there is a force of wind is there, they push all this against the turbine blades, and the turbine blades rotate, and the blades that start rotating with the wind pushing on it. This rotation creates mechanical energy. See, in this, when it is rotating, which energy it is being created? Mechanical energy when it is rotating. And the spinning blades attached to a hub. See, you can see the spinning belts that have been attached to a hub, and a low speed shaft turn along with the blades. See, it is near along with the blades only, you can see over there. Inflow of wind activates rotor A and blades B. It is written over there. See, in this the spinning blades are there, they are being attached to the hub. Hub is there, they are attached with a low speed shaft, and they turn along with the blades. and the rotating low speed shaft is connected to the gearbox, and all this is being connected to the gearbox, and it connects to the high speed shaft on the opposite side of the gearbox. And see, on the opposite side, what is there of the gearbox? It is connected to the high speed shaft, and the high speed shaft connect to an electric generator, and that high speed shaft is there, that is being connected to the electrical generator. See, it is written over here, rotor and blade spine, the main shaft C, and gearbox, that is D. See, inside they have written A, B, C. You can see in the picture. You'll be easily visible. It will be visible when you open your textbook. Now inside that, if you'll see, you will be able to see it clearly. They have mentioned A, B, C, D, all this, and the main shaft, that is C, and the generator D, wherever D is written, the yellow color one, that is a generator, and with spin the generator G. See over there, there is a red one, that is a generator G, resulting in electrical uh, current output. See, this generator connects the mechanical energy into electric energy, and this what generator, it does the work to convert the mechanical energy into a electrical energy, and spinning between 11 or 20 times per minute. See, in a 1 minute per minute, that spinning is between how much? 11 and 20 times, and each turbine can generate a maximum 1.5 megawatt of electricity. See, enough power for more than 500 residential homes. How much? 1.5 megawatts of electricity that is needed for more than 500 residential house. They produce this much of electricity. So this was the way how wind energy works. Now we will discuss about the solar energy. See, the process of functioning of water heater, that is solar panel to heat water. See, in this you can see the picture of solar panel, the sun rays that directly, sun rays, that is the heat energy that is falling on the transparent top which is there, and it cools down, and the pipe, you can see the water pipe inside the box, that is being shown and transformed from the top, when the sun rays fall in it inside the box, and this water pipe are there, they get heated. And how, see, all this procedure is there, let me explain you in detail. See, cool water enters the hot water cylinder from the mains. See, this cool water is there, they come into the hot water cylinder is there, in the from the mains, from the main it comes inside a closed loops. See, closed loops are there, inside that water is pumped up to a solar panel on the roof. On the roof it has been pumped up, and water passes through metal pipes. See it, how it goes through a metal pipe inside the panel. Inside the panel there are the metal pipes, and it goes inside the panel, and it is warmed by the sun. And how it is being warmed? By the sun, the heat that is being produced, that the heat energy that we receive from the sun rays. And the water then passes into a coil. See, you can see the coil inside water pipe, the coil inside your hot water cylinder, heating up the water, and that heats up the water. A second coil inside the cylinder is connected to the boiler. See, one is connected to this one side, and coil that to the hot water cylinder, heating up the water, and the second coil that is inside the cylinder, that is connected to a boiler, and they brings the water up to the temperature, and then they set on the thermostat. See, in this way it works, how the solar panel to heat water. Now we will discuss in the activity 9 about the world without chocolate. It could happen. Chocolates are made from cocoa. See, we all know that chocolates are made from cocoa powder. You all love to eat chocolates. Yes. See, this cocoa is a tropical tree, and with seed that are used to make chocolates and cocoa, which grow on cocoa tree. They are growing on cocoa tree, and that are cultivated in the forest of South America. where they are cultivated in the forest of South America. But today these plantations are at risk. But see, today they are at risk. Like cocoa, there are many other plants and animal species that we use in our everyday life without realizing their importance. See, like this cocoa powder, when we talk about this cocoa plant, it is said over here that these plantations are at a risk. The plantation of cocoa that is in danger of being extinct. So it is in danger, so we should save it. And like that way only, there are many other plants and animal species that we use in our everyday life. We are using in our everyday life. There are also their importance releasing without our releasing their importance. See, the rice we eat, the clothes we wear, the rubber tires we drive on, all originate from plants and animals. See, we know all these things come from plants. Like rice we eat, clothes we wear, that is from the plants. The rubber tire, we get rubber from the rubber plant. All these are originated from plants or the animals. See, we get the fur from animals also. Many of these species are used, are under severe threat of extinction. See, these are many species, they are at the severe threat, means in the danger of being no longer in existence. So it means we are losing biodiversity. See, what we are losing, our biodiversity. The word biodiversity, no, that is made up of two different words. Let us segregate both the word bio plus diversity. See, bio means what? The life, and the life which we have means life existence. And diversity means variety, variation, the variation which we see in the life. Biodiversity is the variety of life around us and much more. See, the variation that we see in our life is a biodiversity. And there are variation, there are different types of things we see. And it's everything that living things, and all these are connected to the living things, do the grand total of interactions. Interaction means having effect on one another. See, all these are related to each other, one and dependent on each other, of living things among themselves and with their environment. See, this interaction can be simple as a moth dependence on one species of plant for food and the other plant dependence on the moth for pollination. See, pollination is what? Putting of pollens into the flowers or a plant so that it can produce seed. See, what is it? They have said over here that how it is being used. How they are interrelated of plants, animals, insects, and the human life. And see, a moth, how they are interdependence of plants, animals, insects, and human life. See, a moth that depends on one species. They are depending on one species of plant for food and food. And the plants, they depend on the moth. How they depend on that? For pollination. See, at another level, when we see at the other level, the moth and the plants also depend on all the other elements. See, this moth and plant, they also depend on all the other elements and their ecosystem, in our ecosystem, form the clean water and to the right climate. In this way, they are dependent on each other. At another level, the moth and plant also depends on the element of their ecosystem, that is clean water and the right climate. When scientists, ecosystem is what? Is all the plants and the living creatures which are there on our earth in particular area. They consider in relation to their physical environment also. And see, when the scientists, they talk of biodiversity, when this all the scientists are there, when they discuss about the biodiversity, they refer to the variety of organism. Organism means living thing, especially one that is extremely small. When we talk about very small, tiny one, life in an environment. And they refer to interdependence of plants, animal, insects, and human life. See, they have said very nicely, they have explained in this how the world without chocolate, it will without the chocolate that cocoa is being extinct, the plant of that. In the same way, more plants and animals, they are also in extinction. And we have discussed about the biodiversity, that all are dependent on each other, that the life is means mean life and the variety of variation in our life around us. And we have discussed about the moth for pollinations, and all the organism in the diverse biodiversity. They are variety of organism in the environment, they all are interdependence of plants, animals, insects, and human life. Now we have to discuss about which of your activities affect biodiversity. List any three and note their effects. See which are the activities that our activities that affect biodiversity and what is the effect of it. Let us discuss any three. Population growth, that is activities is a population growth, that limited space is there. Effect is what? There is a limited space and the resources are used up. And the next one is irrigation, that is the activity of irrigation. And what is the effect? The large scale depletion of fresh water resources are being, such as lakes, rivers, groundwater level, they are decreasing. Then the next one is widespread use of fossil fuel powder, that has been used. And what is the effect of this? Massive the topsoil lose, then they lose the top level of topsoil level. And the next is the energy harvesting and consumption, that is activities. And what is the effect of that? Climate change and the global warming is there for this. The next one is the use of petroleum, this is our activity, like we use of petroleum. And what is the effect of that? That the toxins to almost all the form of the toxins, all the form of life, and there is a possibility of climatic change also in it. See, all these were the activities and how it affect our environment that we have discussed in it. I hope you all have understood this unit very nicely. Thank you for listening.